Welcome back, everybody, to another week of the Manga Monday show. My name is Ben, and as always, I'm with my co-host,
Edgar.
And this week, Edgar, is a sad news week,
Yeah.
and we just should talk about it straight up.
Yeah.
Akira Toriyama, the legendary writer of mangas such as Dragon Ball, Dr. Slump, and many, many other one-shots and various different stories, has passed away at the age of 68. He completely changed the genre. The whole reason why we are here today is because of Akira Toriyama. Why it has blown up so much in the States, why I have a job as a dub actor, why we're able freely to talk about this stuff and not get bullied is literally because his work has completely changed the medium as a whole.
Even if you didn't like Dragon Ball, 9 times out of 10, the manga that you like, that you grew up with, that you adored, were probably inspired by Dragon Ball itself. Many mangaka of many manga series draw inspiration and grew up with the Dragon Ball series. So clearly, Akira Toriyama, if it hasn't been known and said, is the grandfather of modern anime series. It is a huge loss in the community.
Yeah.
Even if you're not a fan of Dragon Ball, my biggest sympathies to everyone who is a Dragon Ball fan, who grew up with Dragon Ball, the manga, the series, who was just a follower of Toriyama, just him in general and his family. It's just sad. And it's great in a way to see how big of an impact he's had in a positive light to many worldwide, just the entire world as a general. I mean, I feel like a lot of people should acknowledge this because of how influential his work has reached out, not just to manga creators, just to the West in general alone. So many people can draw back memories of childhood memories and ideas from Toriyama's work, and it's just really moving seeing everyone come together.
Yeah, man. It's I don't normally say it, but it was a good time to be on social media. Just to see the outport and love, and of course there was the occasional, I don't call them what they are, asshats on Twitter and social media who are just chasing clout.
I saw one that was talking about who cares? He didn't inspire everything, and then he was
he didn't inspire my story.
No,
he's like a Bleach fan or something.
Oh no, he said he didn't inspire Hunter x Hunter, and literally.
It was that
one of the main villains of Hunter x Hunter is clear.
And Togashi has said that Akira Toriyama is one of his big. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Anyway,
but you'll get one of those eventually.
Yeah.
But other than that, everyone's expressing their deepest sympathies and is remembering their favorite moments. What Dragon Balls means to them, what exactly inspires, whether it's daily life routine, your the way you view yourself, your confidence, strength, how you work out, how you write as a story creator, what kind of taste you have in manga and any form of media ever. And it's just really nice to see everyone get together for once in this time of mourning. And it's really great.
Yeah, it's spectacular. Dragon Ball, it changed my life, man. I was going to make this big post on Twitter, but I was like, so many people are telling their stories, I'm just going to leave it be. But I'll tell you, here, in elementary school, one of my friends, who's somebody that we both know, he would bring the Dragon Ball mangas, and I had those Legend of Zelda mangas by Akira Himikawa. And I don't know if that's the right name, but both Akiras. And we saw it, and after we were finished, we would swap it. So I actually watched or read the original Dragon Ball first.
Really?
Right? Yeah. And so I stopped reading in the King Piccolo saga because I was completely uninterested of Goku becoming an adult, right? I was completely uninterested.
He was a kid. I'm a kid. I don't want to see adult do adult things.
Which is the opposite of a lot of people. A lot of people I don't want to see Goku be a kid, so I'm just not going to watch Dragon Ball. But so I never watched the show as in elementary school. But then in middle school, when Dragon Ball Z Kai came out, I became absolutely obsessed with it. And it was crazy because I knew the backstory, and I would go to school and I would tell people and be like, okay, so this happened in Dragon Ball, so this is why this is happening. And people are like, oh my god, the Red Ribbon Army is in Dragon Ball. And I was like, I know. So like people in like who watched Dragon Ball Z for the first time, they were like, oh, it's the Red Ribbon Army, new people. But as somebody who read Dragon Ball as a kid, I was like, oh my god, dude, it's like the army and they're coming back. Anyway, but I would spend, I would go home and I would watch it every day, and I would, this when I took my first acting class, and it kind of clicked in my head that actors were voice acting in this role, right? So I'd practice like my Eric Vale impression. I was never good at it, and I'm still not good at it, my Trunks impression. And that was the first inkling to me that I wanted to be a voice actor. And then years down the road, I didn't realize that manga and anime would become my favorite medium until this guy came around. But it led me to so many stories. The reason why I love to voice act, the reason why I love to write and draw is all because of Akira Toriyama's influence. So I have so much to be thankful for Dragon Ball as a whole. And yeah, it's really sad. This one kind of strikes you a little bit more than a lot of other creators. I mean, every creator who created something that is really close to us really hurts. But Akira Toriyama was still working on Dragon Ball. Yeah. He was still writing it. Dragon Ball Daima is coming out, which is something that he created. So
wow, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be the last form of media that he kind of oversaw in the Dragon Ball space. Now, as we'll get to later, as reports have said, apparently Akira Toriyama has been sick for the past year and a half, and has been prepping Dragon Ball for the future. So his influence is going to last for years and years and years. But it is still sad that influence is not, going to be there, right? Yeah. But yeah, I have a couple of things here about all the stuff that was said. Let's first read the letter that was said out to the public from Bird Studio and Capsule Corporation Tokyo. They said, "Dear friends and partners, we are deeply saddened to inform you that manga creator Akira Toriyama passed away on March 1st due to acute subdermal hematoma. He was in age of 68. I believe that's a disease that blood something is wrong with blood flow to the brain.
Yeah.
Really hard to cure, particularly if you don't catch it early. It's our deep regret that he still had several works in the middle of creation with great enthusiasm. Also, he would have many more things to achieve. However, he has left many manga titles and works of art in this world. Thanks to the support of so many people around the world, he has been able to continue his creative activities for over 45 years. We hope that Akira Toriyama's unique world of creation continues to be loved by everyone for a long time to come. We inform you this sad news with gratefulness for your kindness during his lifetime." Then the rest of the letter basically says, leave his family alone, which is like, yeah, that's basically, yeah. At the end, it says, future plan for commemoration gathering is not yet decided. We will let you know when it's confirmed. We deeply thank you for your understanding and support, as always. March 8th, 2024.
Yeah.
That like seeing that just shook me. Like I thought it was gonna be like a new announcement. Like Toriyama was like, there's this new thing, because it was like his format, the way that he did it with his insignia at the bottom.
Yeah.
And when I saw we had deeply saddened, I was like, uh-oh.
When you said it, I got like a whip. When you texted me like that he had passed, I was like, I got whiplash. I was like,
yeah.
What? No.
Yeah.
I don't think anything's hit me that much. As much as Chadwick Boseman, like the last.
Yeah.
Like, that was like
yeah,
the last time I was like,
one.
I was like, what? I was like, so like, what? No. I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And I was like, it's because you don't know. I mean, in most of these cases, especially when they're on a level of high fame and celebrity status, they keep a lot of things behind the curtains, so you don't know a lot of things of what they're going through.
Yeah.
Like Chadwick Boseman was very sick and was battling cancer. So we didn't know about that. I mean, most people suspected that he was really sick, but we just didn't know how bad it was.
Yeah.
And then once we found out what it was, I'm like, oh my God, he was going through all this stuff. And then in a very similar case that just happened recently with Toriyama,
Yeah.
we were just kind of like taken back. Yeah, he was a bit old, but he still had a good way to go, you know?
Yeah.
And should have lived longer, especially in Japan. Like, I mean, those guys live forever. Like,
Yeah, but it's also, you know, the Japanese, they do live longer, but also mangakas die early. Like,
I just saw
the fact that he lived to 68 is actually quite impressive, with particularly the work that he put in. But yeah, but here are some things that people said about his death. This one hurt really bad. So Masako Nozawa, who is the voice actress for Goku and has been the voice actress for Goku since the 80s, right? Was single-handedly picked by Toriyama to voice Goku, which is just like, man, you know, and they were close friends, you know, it's insane. Anyway, but she said, at first, she said, I'm not in a position to talk. I can't comment right now. Because she was so heartbroken. And she said, my mind is so empty right now. I hate to believe it, and I don't want to think about it. Even in this situation, I can keep my emotions under control, knowing that I will stay by Goku until the very end of my life. It's all thanks to what Toriyama Sensei... Ooh, okay. Oh my God. Oh, anyway. Has told me every time we met, please take care of Goku. Sensei, please watch over us. Oh, dude, what the fuck? Finish this. It's the last paragraph.
Sensei, please watch over us from above. May he rest in peace.
That wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah,
give me that. Anyway.
Oh, man.
That was awful.
More to go.
Yeah, a little bit more to go. This is what Ichiro Oda, the mangaka for One Piece said. It's too soon. The void left behind is too large. The sadness overwhelms me when I realize I'll never meet you again. From my childhood, I've admired you. I remember the day I was first called by name. On the way home after the day you used the word friends for a... what the... I need to stop this. Anyway, I remember the joyous moment that Kishimoto-san and I remember our last conversation.
That's I think he's the mangaka for Naruto.
Yeah.
Kishimoto.
Yeah, Kishimoto. Taking the baton from an era where reading manga was considered foolish. Oh man, this is crazy. The fact that they lived through that in Japan too is crazy. You helped create an era where both adults and children enjoy manga. You showed us that manga can do this, that it can take us to other worlds. It felt like watching a hero charging forward, not just for manga artists, but for all creators who were children during the serialization of Dragon Ball. The excitement and inspiration remains rooted. Your presence is like a giant tree. For manga artists of our generation who stood on the same stage, Toriyama's works became an even greater presence the closer we got. Almost scary, but meeting the laid back you always made me happy. We love Toriyama Sensei to the core. With respect and gratitude for Akira Toriyama Sensei's rich creative world, I sincerely pray for his peaceful rest. May heaven be the delightful world you envision, Sensei. Ichiro Oda.
I see that quote a lot posted with Luffy and Goku hugging together.
Yeah, that's
nice.
great.
Yeah.
Masashi Kishimoto, who is also another disciple of Akira Toriyama, said, I honestly don't know what to write in such a sudden situation, but I want to convey what I've always wanted to express about Toriyama's Sensei, my thoughts. From early elementary school with Dr. Slump to later years of Dragon Ball, Sensei's manga has always been with me, becoming a part of my life. Even when things were tough, Dragon Ball every week made me forget about it. It was salvation for a rural boy like me, because Dragon Ball was just too much fun. It was during my university days when suddenly Dragon Ball, which had been a part of my life for so long, ended. I felt an overwhelming sense of loss and didn't know what to look forward to anymore. But at the same time, it was an opportunity to truly understand Sensei's greatness, the one who created Dragon Ball. I want to create works like Sensei. I want to be like Sensei. Pursuing manga artists, I gradually overcame that sense of loss because making manga was fun. He continues to go on. I've just received news of Sensei's passing. I'm overwhelmed with the sense of loss, even greater than when Dragon Ball ended. I still don't know how to deal with this hole in my heart. I can't even read Dragon Ball, my beloved manga, now. I don't feel like I can write this message to Sensei properly. People around the world were still looking forward to Sensei's work. If there's one wish from Dragon Ball that could come true, I'm sorry. It may be selfish, but I'm sad, Sensei. Thank you, Akira Toriyama Sensei, for your many enjoyable works over 45 years, and thank you very much for your hard work. To the remaining family, you must still be deeply saddened. Please take care of yourselves. I pray for a peaceful rest for Akira Toriyama Sensei. Masashisho Kishimoto. The mangaka of Naruto, as you said earlier. One of the saddest things to come out of this is the message from Toyotaro.
The Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Sorry, not Super
The Super
Bowl.
Bowl. The Super Bowl mangaka.
The Dragon Ball Super
Yes.
creator.
The Dragon Ball Super, the person who's been drawing and been writing the manga with Akira Toriyama, and the successor to the Dragon Ball franchise.
Huge
crown. Huge crown to carry.
Yeah.
Huge weight to carry. Toyotaro said that he created manga and art to impress Toriyama.
That is literally the biggest
Yeah.
Dragon Ball fan's dream, to not only work on the series but under the wing of like the person that inspired you.
Yeah.
To do everything that
Yeah.
you're put your life to. Like,
And mangakas around the world, dude, people who you can see the clear inspiration from, like the artist for One Punch Man wrote a very touching message about it. But
so did
yeah.
Endo, Spy Families,
Yeah.
mangaka, and Blue Locks, and just many. Like
Yeah.
everyone basically.
All of them really did.
Yeah.
So yeah. So what's next for Dragon Ball? Well, there are a lot of things coming in the Dragon Ball and Akira Toriyama's world. Sandland, the series, has released. So if you are interested in that, go check it out. The first 6 episodes, I believe, are out, unless I am mistaken, but I do see a review here. The entirety of Dragon Ball Super's anime English dub is coming to Crunchyroll, so watch that. Continue to support his work, and the best way to continue Akira Toriyama's work and to keep him alive is to continue to talk about his work, to continue to support Dragon Ball.
I had read somewhere that no one truly dies until they're forgotten. So
Yeah.
like it's not, he's not really gone. He left something so important, so big.
I really love Team 4 Stars goodbye. They wrote like a little thing, and they put the quote, sleep well, eat well, and move well. That is the way of the Turtle Hermit School. And it's like, yeah, man, dude, it's great.